Halo teman-teman, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our channel. My name is Rahma, and how are you today? I hope I wish you all it's alright. This condition of the world is COVID-19. You know that COVID-19 which to lose many factors, for example, economic factor, threat factor, and etc. But however that, I wish I help to you all keep fighting, keep enjoy, keep spirit, and don't forget to stay at home, social distancing, and make a wish to God. Hope this problem is died. Okay guys, let's go into our presentation. But before that, I will introduce my group to you all. We are from the second group. We'll show our material about the equal opportunity and the law. But before that, I will respect to our lecturer is Prof Nurwati because give us a little time to show our presentation today. Okay guys, after studying this chapter of this lesson, you should be able to the one, try the main features of at least 5 employment discrimination laws. The second, define its first impact and explain how this prevent and what its significance is. The third, explain an illustration to the files you can use in the event of discrimination practice organizations. The 4. Avoid employment discrimination problems. The 5. Child-specific discrimination personnel management practice in result, selection, promotion, transfer, layoffs, and benefits. The last, define and discussion diversity management. Okay, in this slide, you can see a condition of the employee opportunity since 2019-16 for until 1999. Okay, is that an employer cannot discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin with respect to employee coverage. All public or private employers of 15 or more persons, all private and public education institutions, federal government and state and local governments, and all public and private employer agencies, and all bar unions with the 5 or more members. Okay, in the next slide, I will show to you all the example from the Employment Discrimination Laws to Equal Pay Action of 2019 and 63 is the action requiring equal pay from equal work, recognition of sex, and data to K is equal act of sex. And the next, the action prohibiting arbitrary age discrimination and specifies protection individuals over to 14 years old. And the last, the action requiring certain federal contractions to take affirmative action for disabled persons. What employers should do to minimize liability in sexual harassment claims. Take all complaints about harassment seriously. Use a strong police statement counter such behavior. Inform all employees about the place and their rights. Develop and implement a competitive procedure. Establish a management response system and includes an immediate research and investigation based senior management. And the last, begin management training sessions with supervisors and managers to increase their awareness of the issue.
Employer obligation under EDA. The first, An employer must make a reasonable accommodation for a qualified disabled individual unless doing so will result in undue hardship. Second, employers are not required to lower existing performance standards or stop using tests for a job. Third, employer may ask pre-employment questions about essential job function but cannot make inquiries about disability. Fourth, medical exam or testing for current employees must be job-related. Fifth, employer should review job application form, interview procedure, and job description for illegal questions and statements. Sixth, employer should have up-to-date job description that identify the current essential function of the job. State and local equal employment opportunity laws. The effect of the state and local laws is usually to further restrict employer treatment of job applicants and employees. State and local laws cannot conflict with federal laws but can extend coverage to additional protest groups. The EEOC can defer a discrimination charge to state and local agencies that have comparable jurisdiction. Source of discrimination allegation: disparate treatment, intentional discrimination, there an employer treats an individual differently because the individual is a member of particularized region, gender, or ethnic group. Disparate impact: an apparently neutral employment practice that creates an adverse impact, a significant disparity between the proportion of minorities in the available labor pool and the proportion here. Adverse impact. The overall impact of employment practice the result in significantly higher percentage of members on minorities and other protest groups begin rigid for employment, placement, or promotion used to help establish a prima facie case of discrimination. Knowing adverse impact. Disparate rejection rate. A text demonstrates that there is a discrepancy between rate of rejection of members of a protected group and of other. 4-5 rule of thumb. In the protected group, hiring rate is the less that active version of the minority group. Then a prima facie case for discrimination is indicated.
Other consideration in discriminatory practice defenses: good intentions are no execution. Employers cannot hide behind collective bargaining agreements, equal opportunity laws, overrides union contracts agreements. If a person practices in discriminatory firms shall act by agreeing to eliminate the illegal practice and or when required by compensating the people discriminates against. Discriminatory employment practice. 1. Recruitment. Word of mouth. Misleading information. Help wanted ads. 2. Personal appearance. Dress, hair, uniforms. 3. Selection. Educational requirement. Preference to relative height,
weight, and physical characteristics. Arts records, application forms, distinct due to garnishment. How to respond to employment discrimination checks or counts. The fact-finding conference. EEOC notice are the online official records of the conference. EEOC discourages the employer's lawyers from attending the conference. Conference occurs soon after the charge is filed. Witness statements can be used as admissions against the employer's interests. Diversity management. Managing diversity. Profit strong leadership. Assess the situations. Profit diversity training and education. Change culture and management systems. Evaluates the diversity management programs. Boosting workforce diversity. Adopt strong company policies. Advocating the benefits of culturally, racially, and sexually different workforce. Take contracts steps to foster diversity at work.
Okay, guys, you must know in our lesson, our chapter talking about the law, and there are two keywords from our lesson. The equal opportunity and law is right and obligation. Right and obligation must send candidate bargain, because you know that everyone have right and obligation is same.